Hi and welcome to my channel. So I've got a very interesting update today because there's a massive high profile case, as I call it, that has been going on in the news and the British media about some carers that paid over £22,000 each to come to the UK to get carer jobs. They were promised hours, they were made all these promises. They got to the UK and found that there was absolutely nothing for them. Unfortunately, this is something that has affected thousands of people that have come to the UK and that are still coming to this country, obviously lesser now than before, but it is very frustrating. And that's what we're going to talk about today. What is the outcome from this particular case? Because it is groundbreaking and it's going to give so many other people the hope that they need in order to move forward. So it's very important that if you're watching this and you're in this position, or you're planning to get into this position, or you know anyone that is in this position, then you want to know what this case is about. So if you're new to my channel, you're obviously welcome. And if you are a returning subscriber, as absolutely, I appreciate your time. If you haven't joined this family, like really take this opportunity to hit the subscribe button below, because you want to be the first person that is notified every single day when I drop a new video on here at 10 a.m. prompt UK time. I'm very passionate about these carer jobs, visa sponsorship jobs, NHS jobs, nursing jobs, nanny jobs, teaching jobs, apprenticeships, because that is how I moved to the UK myself. So I've been in the UK about, is it 13, 14 years now? I'm not very sure. And I came to this country as a carer. Before I studied nursing as an international student, I paid £30,000 to study nursing in this country. After that, I've done a master's in mentorship in nursing at the prestigious London South Bank University. I was funded to do that. I did that as an apprenticeship. And then after that, I did another master's in advanced clinical practice. So I currently work as an advanced nurse practitioner, which is the most clinical nursing job in the profession. So again, the reason I like to share this is because these are the journeys and the experiences that we've all gone through. So sometimes when you're looking at yourself and you're new in the UK, or you're planning to move to this country, you can sit there and you're thinking, oh my God, it's very daunting. Is it worth it? Just give it time, make sure you've got the right group, make sure you've got the right advice. And yes, in years to come, is going to make sense, but it all takes time. So with this particular case, there's been a lot that has been uncovered and lots of progress has been made, and we're going to talk about all of that today. So if you're not aware, by the way, I do have a free newsletter. I've dropped the link in the comment section below, where I share information about those visa sponsorship jobs and career progression opportunities in the UK directly to your inbox, so you're not reliant on the YouTube algorithm for such vital and crucial information. So it's free to join. It won't take you 10 seconds. You drop your name and email and you're part of it. You're also going to see my contact details there. There's my WhatsApp number as well as my email address, so that if you're thinking about your own specific circumstances, what do you need to do next? What are the best steps to take? You want to progress in your career. You're looking for the best courses to study in the UK. You're wanting to progress in your career, but you don't want to spend thousands of pounds that you may not even have, in tuition fees, and you're looking for apprenticeships, or just looking to transition to the NHS, to switch to the NHS. You don't leave all the drama that comes with private employers to go to the good side. That's how I call it. Again, you can get in contact with me because I can support you with all of that. Obviously, I'm going to tell you that there's nothing that is easy in the UK. It's not a walk in the park. I'm not one person to sit here and say, oh, it's perfect. Here it's perfect. I haven't seen anything that is easy in my 14 years in this country. But I can tell you that when you put in the effort, it's going to compound over time. And then when you look at yourself in 20 years time, you're going to say, look, it was worth coming to this country. So that's what I'm promising you. It's just that guidance, it's that support, it's that coaching that you need in order for you to move, slowly. It's a slow process. Progression doesn't come as a bang. It's, going to be a journey that you're going to have to go through. So again, leave a comment in the comment section below. What are your personal circumstances at the moment? Are you already in the UK? Are you working? What is your ideal job in the UK? If you had the magic wand to get into any position that you want, what would that be? Leave that in the comment section, obviously, below. So with this case, what happened? So this gentleman came to the UK as an overseas worker. He said that he paid £22,000, to get that carer job. He was promised 39 hours a week, and £23,000 per year in pay. All good and perfect. Got his COS, got his visa, came to the UK. There are 30 other people that have stepped up, since his case to say that they also paid £22,000 each to get to the UK and have ended up under the same circumstances as this gentleman. The worst part of it really is that thousands and thousands of people, families, the UK journey has been cut short by this, and they've had deportation letters and notices in order to leave the UK, because once the Home Office obviously realizes that the company doesn't have hours, they're going to revoke the license. When they revoke the license, every single person in the company is going to be given 60 days to find a new job or to leave the UK. It's a very distressing position to be in. Not a good thing when you've got kids that have settled in a school, they're already in the UK, you've resigned from your job back home, maybe you've even sold everything, as many people do, to come to this country. Very disheartening. So that's what happened to this gentleman. So they decided to take the case obviously to court, because some people are just like, look, I'm not going to let this lie. So that's what they did. So what happened was they got to the UK, had 3 days of induction, as you do, There are some companies that you even get to the UK, they're like, hey, I don't want to hear anything from you. It's like, really? Like, how do you... thousands of people are unfortunately stranded in this country. And that's why, personally, I'm a huge advocate for following processes, procedures it's going to take time. That's what I'm saying. It's going to take time to do things the right way, but that's the best option. That is the best option. And I know sometimes there are people that contact me and they say, oh, Melvis, are you able to support me to get a visa sponsorship job in the UK? And what are the guarantees? And what I say is, I can support you, but there is no guarantee. And that is the truth, because there is no guarantee. When you're going through the normal process of applying for jobs in the UK, whether it's a private company, it's a care home, it's domiciliary care, it's the NHS, you're looking for an apprenticeship university course, how do you know which one you're going to be successful? You don't know. What you do is to make sure that your application is good, is up to standard, it meets the requirements, meets the expectations, and that you know what the job is about. You're ready for the interview once you're called upon to do that interview. And that's really the support that I offer. So I always like to make that very clear. And that's why I like to say that my program and my coaching program is only for less than 1% of people. And I'm perfectly okay with that, because it's about that effort. Because the truth is that everybody wants success. Everybody wants the best for themselves, high paying jobs and this and that. But very few people would really, truly put in the effort that is needed in order to achieve that. So again, you need to be very careful when you're looking at these jobs, when you're making promises or you're looking for people to make promises to you. There are some promises that I'm going to tell you are unrealistic. And personally, like I say, I like to be very honest. I like to be hands down, because you just don't want to deal with, anything else. It's about attracting the kind of people that have the sort of energy that I kind of need. That's what I like. So that's what I'm really all about. And I like to make this very clear, very public, and very plain, because it's very, very important to do so. And so obviously, when these people got to the UK, after the induction period, there was no job. So they started saying to the employer, we've come to the UK. We've paid all of this money, £22,000 each, to get to the UK. No single 1 hour of work at all. So the employers were like, well, we haven't got any job really. There's nothing that is suitable. We're still trying to get contracts. And they were like, but this is not, So again, it's very difficult. And so they took the case to court, and the judge has actually said that it is very unfair that this has happened to this gentleman and the other cohort of people. In fact, one of the things that has come out of this case is that the solicitors from the Anti-Trafficking and Labor Exploitation Unit have actually spoken a lot about this and said that hopefully this case is going to encourage other people not to take this route to come to the UK, so that they can apply for jobs legally, follow due process. Yes, it will take time, that's the truth about it, but you're going to know that when you apply for a job, you're doing so legally. When you get to the UK, you know that you're coming to work. There's nothing worse than coming to this country, There are rents to pay, there are bills, you've got a family to feed, accommodation. I mean, how do you cope if you're not working at all? Because nobody's going to say to you, oh, I'm really sorry for you. You're going to come and stay in my house for free because you're struggling. It doesn't work. Even people that you know to be able to accommodate you, I mean, who's going to, it's very difficult, very challenging. And I say this because I get people call me, oh, Melvis, I watch your YouTube videos. I've just come to the UK. I don't have any accommodation. And and I'm like, yeah, you need to, because you've got to find a house, you need to find Airbnb, you need to find something. Those are the sorts of, that's all that somebody can suggest, because it's very, very difficult, and all of that. So, and I've also said that hopefully other people that are already in the UK, already in these circumstances, can step up, to talk about their situation. Because even like the line for like abuse when it comes to work and all of that, it's like the calls for help and support have increased dramatically. Obviously, the more overseas workers you're going to recruit, the more of these issues you will have. But it's something that is peculiar with carer jobs, and that's because of there are lots of reasons which I don't want to get into. I don't like to get into all of that. But all I'll say is do be careful, when you're looking for these opportunities, make sure that you're not in haste, you're not rushing yourself. Some people are going to take 1 year to get a job, other people take 2 years, other people take 3 months, other people take 1 month. And I'm saying this because I've seen all these different things. I've supported people that within a month, they already have their interview and they have had confirmation of visa sponsorship. Some people 3 months, they're still struggling to understand what the jobs are about. Some people even 6 months, that's when they get their interview. And it varies significantly with each person. Because while you're applying for these jobs, you've got your life, you've got everything else. So again, be patient, be consistent, be focused. These are the things that will help you. So the judge has obviously said that it is not fair, and these gentlemen will need to get their pay for the time that have been here. Because what happened was that when he went on and he was really like, insistent, the company sacked him. And so that was what really prompted the lawsuit and everything else that ensued. Because as you know, if your employer sacks you and you've got visa sponsorship, it means that it's cancelled. Because the Home Office laws and immigration rules say that within 10 days, you've got to inform the Home Office, which is immigration, about any changes. So if you get sacked, they then inform the Home Office. They send you a letter saying you've got 60 days to leave or switch. It's very, very difficult. So that's what really happens to these, individuals. And so the judge has said, it's been unfair dismissal. And so the company will have to pay them for lost wages and compensation. So again, what's going to happen, everybody's circumstance is different. So I really do hope that if you're in this position, you can seek help, you can get the help that you need, that you've got the support from the communities as well. You can go to the council. I mean, there are lots of different facilities that you can go through, but it is what it is. And patience ultimately is what is going to help, so that you're not in a haste, you're not rushed to make decisions that are going to be unfavorable for you long term. So again, thank you for your time. If you know anybody that would benefit from this, share with them. Somebody that's trying to go through this process, encourage them to follow the right pathways. So again, if you need to contact me, check the comment section below and check this out.